Welcome back, Johnnies, to the April edition of SportsWire, your home for the Red Storm sporting reports. I'm Ashlyn Mulligan.
And I'm Cristal Rosa-Sanchez. The Red Storm was on fire all throughout March, demonstrating their determination to win, their talent, and most importantly, their school pride.
From electrifying victories to outstanding performances, St. John's athletics made sure to leave their mark.
With all that being said, let's dive right into it. The St. John's men's basketball team dominated the Big East this winter. Named regular season champions in our conference for the first time in 40 years with a 31-5 overall record. RJ Lewis was named the Big East Player of the Year, Subi Ejiofor was named Most Improved Player in the Big East, and Rick Pitino was declared Coach of the Year.
The Red Storm's legendary run did not end there, however. St. John's advanced to the Big East Championship, playing Creighton in the final round for the chance to reach the pinnacle of the conference. The last time these teams faced off against each other was in the tournament back in 2020, when their showdown was abruptly canceled during halftime due to the impending dangers of the new coronavirus. Now, the two teams were united to face off in the finals to decide who would be the best team in the Big East.
Creighton started the game with a 7-0 run as the Red Storm started out slow, but the Red Storm didn't let Creighton get too comfortable with their lead. The first half ended with Creighton leading 28-25. Creighton fumbled the lead in the second half as the Red Storm gained traction. RJ Lewis exploded after he received a technical foul by Brian O'Connell. He would score 29 points in the game, scoring 18 of them in the last 8 minutes of the game. This was a satisfying conclusion to the unfinished game from 5 years ago. As St. John's walked away winning the Big East tournament 82-66, the first tournament victory in 25 years.
Their success on the court led to the team getting placed as a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. This team revived St. John's basketball, considerably one of the best teams for our school in recent memory, and the energy was palpable on campus. St. John's held a send-off event for the team as they headed to Providence for the first round of March Madness, where students could cheer them on. Rafique Louison covered the event for us and got to ask some of the Johnnies about their excitement about this year's team heading to the tournament.
This is Rafique Louison here with WRED-TV, and we are here at Conesuca Arena where we had a little send-off for the men's basketball team. First off, we're in the Big East tournament against Creighton. They will face Omaha in the first round of the NCAA tournament. We had a chance to speak to some fans and students giving their reaction to what it means for St. John's to win the Big East tournament and what would it mean for them to win the national championship, starting with this first round matchup against Omaha. What's your excitement level for St. John's winning the Big East tournament?
Oh my God, 10 out of 10. I'm so excited. We're finally put on the map. I'm really happy.
I love it. It's honestly the most exciting experience I've ever been through.
Well, it's been very exciting since I've pretty much lived through it all. So I was 13, 14 years old when they got to the Final Four, won the Big East, and long time in between.
It's awesome. It's great for the school, great for the city. St. John's is back, baby.
It's really such a surreal moment. I've never been more of a prouder Johnny than right now. I'm just happy to be here and support the team.
It's amazing to finally get back into the rhythm of coming. Hopefully we can do this again and again, but it's March, so you never know what's going to happen.
What do you love about watching St. John's men's basketball or St. John's sports in general?
Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino and the energy that all the Johnnies bring to the stadium.
I mean, Rick Pitino made a huge factor.
Soon we knew things were going to change when Rick became the coach. Just didn't think it was going to happen this quickly.
I think this is one of your best moments that you've witnessed in your time as a St. John's student?
Oh, for sure, for sure. You can definitely tell the energy on campus too.
St. John's is back. It's really exciting and it's such a surreal feeling.
Our school spirit has definitely gone up and it's a lot more fun on campus now. It's more live, so I kind of feel it.
Out of all the teams in New York, right now St. John's is shining the brightest.
Now I want everybody to sing with me. Soon may the Red Storm come to rock the rim and make a run.
Let's go, Johnnies!
Let's go,
Johnnies! Let's go, St. John's!
Go Johnnies!
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement here at Conesuca Arena and St. John's University as a whole. Back to you in the studio. This is Rafique Louison with WRED-TV.
St. John's first round game against Omaha in Providence went spectacularly, blowing their opponents out of the water 83-53. RJ Lewis was the leading scorer, racking up 22 points, 15 of those coming from threes.
The second round of the tournament was a competitive matchup against number 10 seed Arkansas, where Rick Pitino was pitted against longtime rival coach John Calipari. St. John's was struggling in the offensive department, making only 28% of shots from the floor and only 2 3-pointers the entire game, something that was desperately needed as the game reached its conclusion. RJ Lewis had a weak performance and was benched for the last 4 minutes, while Zuby Ejiofor carried the offense with 23 points.
Despite its unfortunate end, no viewer can say that the Red Storm didn't put up a good fight. It was a high foul game for both teams, with St. John's going to the foul line 31 times. Both Arkansas and St. John's had some of their top players fouled out. Kadari Richmond was ejected with 6.5 minutes left in the game, a contested call no one could believe.
Even with second-round disappointment, St. John's did have an incredible second year under Rick Pitino. The season was dedicated to Lou Carnesecca, so a regular season and Big East tournament win honors this legendary coach. St. John's should feel proud of their record-breaking season. Next, we have Marquelis Guzman interviewing Sarah Rao, a founding member and the president for the Women in Sports Association.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So to start us off, can you tell us what is the Women in Sports Association and what exactly is its purpose?
Yeah, so the St. John's Women's in Sports Association, we're a group of women on campus who are interested in working within the sports and athletic industry at any level, whether that be minor league, collegiate, major league, across a number of different career fields from athletic training, accounting, marketing, broadcasting, anything you can name. The goal of the association is to further the strides of women in a very heavily male-dominated industry, whether that be on the field and boosting the progress of women's sports and boosting its viewership, or making strides for women within the career sector.
Of course, I love how engaging that response was. What inspired you to start this club? Was there a specific moment or experience that motivated you?
So when I first came to St. John's, I knew that I wanted to be involved in athletics and in the sports industry. I just didn't know what career field I wanted to go into, so I joined our Sports Management Association. I was one of the very few non-sport management majors and one of about 2 or 3 women out of 100 members in the club, active participants. So I knew that there was just a need for something like this on campus. So in creating the association, I worked with a number of different advisors and different colleagues, some of which said it wouldn't be possible to do it, but within the first week we had about 70 to 80 women and supporters of women join the club.
Wow, that's amazing. Have you organized any events so far, or how do they go if you have?
Yeah, so we've done a number of panels, career visits. So we've had, interestingly, a St. John's alum, his name is Ken Fiore. He's the VP of player personnel at the NFL. We've invited him in for a talk. We had about 30 members there. We've done career training services with broadcasting groups such as Front Office Sports. So we've done free certifications in sports marketing, NIL, name, image, likeness, which is, if you're familiar with sports, it's a new venture that we're going into. So we've done that. And then we've just done bonding and charity work to give back to campus.
Wow, that's amazing, which brings me to my next question. What kind of events do you have planned for the future, or how do you envision the club evolving for the future or in the next few years?
So we recently, just this week, became officially recognized through St. John's. So with that, I want to campaign more, get more members in. We continue to grow throughout the club as we touch more majors and women interested in career paths and those supporting women who are interested in different career paths. Right. For the future, I have more professionals coming in to speak with us. Actually, in the next coming weeks, I have a visit to Citi Field to go network with some women professionals who work for the Mets and in different organizations at Citi Field. We're going to watch a Mets game after, so
that's amazing. Fun. That's actually very amazing. What advice would you give to other women looking to take on leadership in sports or in other traditionally male-dominated industries?
Yeah, so when it comes to sports specifically, I'll speak on that. It's a heavily male-dominated industry. Obviously, more people watch the NHL than the PWHL. I would say don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Go out and create them for yourself. I was told by many people that women in sports wouldn't work out, it wouldn't be recognized, we wouldn't have enough members to come in. But as we continue to grow, I see that there is a need for an organization like this on campus. So definitely just go out, do it yourself, and you never know what being a leader in your own world will bring back to you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for meeting with us today. It was such a pleasure to have you here. And make sure to follow the Women in Sports Association on Instagram at SJU Women in Sports to stay updated with all their future events.
Thank you.
Moving along, baseball and softball season are well underway for St. John's. The baseball team finished last season as Big East Conference champions, capturing the program's 10th title. This year, the Red Storm are currently 12-13 overall and 4th ranked in the Big East. Conference play begins this weekend against Seton Hall, so there's still hope for the Johnnies.
The softball team has had a great opening to their season, with an overall record of 27-10-1, ranking first in the Big East, 8-1 in conference play. With the way they've been playing so far, they are definitely on pace to claim another Big East championship title, their last one coming a decade ago in 2015. Their next series is against DePaul at Kaiser Stadium starting April 5th.
It's only been 2 weeks since the basketball season ended, but significant changes to the roster are already underway. R.J. Lewis and Brady Dunlap entered the transfer portal, in addition to the loss of Kadari Richmond, Davon Smith, and Aaron Scott, who are all graduating.
Despite these changes, St. John's has already started preparing for the future, recruiting 2 new players from the transfer portal, Jocelyn Sannon from Arizona State and Bryce Hopkins from Providence. Sannon, an incoming sophomore, could provide an offensive burst to the team. He shot 36% from 3 with the Sun Devils last season. Hopkins, a physical combo forward, was still a top prospect in the portal despite being injured at Providence most of last season. He averaged 15.8 points, 8.5 rebounds, while shooting 44.2% and 30% from deep in his 3 seasons with the Friars.
From exhilarating victories to unforgettable experiences, St. John's athletes made sure to leave an outstanding impression in March.
Now looking ahead, St. John's is back and here to stay. With new talents by our side and the one and only Rick Pitino leading the way, St. John's has a bright future ahead.
And with hopes of facing our past players on the court next year, the competition will be even more thrilling.
That's a wrap for this season. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Johnnies!